Hey everybody, thank you for being with me. Just wanted to talk about just briefly about the coronavirus and its impact to what it has done to the sports world thus far. And I wanted to talk about if the NBA does not continue. First I'll start with the coronavirus. So I have to admit, I was not taking this thing seriously at all. I was not taking this thing seriously. I have a good friend. Her nickname is my talking buddy. I have a good friend, and she's been sending me like little news post-its and everything about this virus way earlier in the year when China was having it, and maybe at the time when Italy had it. And I was like, oh, okay. And it's like, we don't take things seriously until it, number one, until it has a face, okay? So just real quickly, think about Lazarus. Think about his two sisters and everything. When Lazarus died, that became very personal because his sister was saying Lazarus, who Jesus loved. It's like we always have death around us, and it's never good. Okay, death. No, number one, it's for the living. It's not for the dead. It's because dead people don't even know that they're dead. Okay, they're totally not even cognizant of what's happening. Therefore, that rules out the idea of ghosts. Okay, so I know I'm jumping around here, but this whole coronavirus, when people were overseas and everything in China and in Rome dealing with this, it's like, oh, okay, that's noteworthy. So when my talking buddy was sending me news clippings and everything post of what was happening, it's like, okay. When it came here to America, I was like, oh, okay. It's because it's just, nebulous. Okay, viruses not good. Okay, so but the world changed when two-time defensive player and all-star for the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert, when he got it, that's the moment that it became real to me. Because I remember it was Wednesday. I was getting in late from work, and my phone just started blowing up. Okay, I started receiving texts. I started receiving links. I was like, okay. Now, catch this. Before that, I got word that Tom Hanks and his wife got it. So I was like, ooh, that's not good, However, it still didn't impact me. I don't know. I have watched Tom Hanks' career all the way back. Sorry to admit this. All the way back since his sitcom back in the early 80s. I mean, I think he was maybe a teenager. Yeah, it used to come on late on like Sunday nights, and just whenever I would catch it in passing, I would watch it. But yeah, he had a sitcom. Ooh, in the early 80s. And like I just always enjoyed Tom Hanks, always enjoyed him. But when I found out he got the coronavirus, it didn't affect me. Now at the same time, I didn't know that he was in Australia. So I thought he was here in America, and he got it. I was like, ooh, not good. Okay, life is as usual. But once Rudy Gobert got it, now for me to I don't know, I can't explain it. I'm sorry. It just did something to me. So I was listening to Brian Windhorst on Get Up on the ESPN, I was a good friend of mine was I was also talking to my supervisor about it, about the NBA conference call was scheduled for Wednesday. Okay, so they announced that maybe Friday, Monday prior. So I was like, okay, I still feel that the NBA was still behind. Okay, now if China has been dealing with this for 3-4 months, why is the NBA so far behind on this? Okay, now granted, according to Brian Windhorst's reports, when the owners voted, they felt like, and referring to James Dolan, owner of the New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden, his belief was we need to just wait for government officials to say something. It's like, no, no. It's like a similar argument back when the whole Ray Rice domestic violence epidemic was really taking off. The NFL felt like, well, the government should be involved to deal with this social issue. It's like, that's the cost of being successful. That is the cost of being successful. More people are paying attention to sports than they do their national government. Okay, no. When you're really successful, you would take up an obligation that you didn't even realize that you had. Okay, so if people are tuning in to you, watching you every night, or millions upon millions of people tuning in and watching you every Sunday, as far as football games are concerned, you have a social responsibility now. Okay, so as this relates to basketball, I felt like the NBA was moving too slow about it. I felt like they should have got out in front of it. I understand. We are in this together. I get it. We're all in this together. Shout out to Clayton Thomas. No one have seen this. No one that is alive today have seen anything like this before. Okay, we got it, but you still got to move forward. You still got to do your due diligence, okay? I felt the NBA was late. However, when they decided, now they became, their criticism stopped. Is because they were the first major industry to say, hey, we got to shut things down, okay? And that's what Brian Windhorst reported. He said that on the conference call, the moment that one NBA player caught this virus, they had no choice but to shut down. So when now look, I'm here in Washington D.C. No one is paying attention to Rudy Golbert. Okay, all right. No one is really paying attention to him. Okay, yes, he made the All-Star team again. Okay, two-time defensive player. Okay, fine. No one's not, we're not really not paying attention to him in Utah. Okay, sorry, but no, that's not happening. But the moment that he got it, it just did something to us, much similar to Kobe. Most of us feel like we grew up watching Kobe. Now, Kobe and I are essentially the same age. Okay, I'm like maybe 5 to 8 months older than Kobe. Okay, so his rookie year was my freshman year in college. So it's like just going through life together. It just seems that way. I was telling my supervisor, when you're an NBA star and you're on national television minimal of 3 times a week for 20 years, yes, you are a part of our fabric that reaches way beyond sports, and not even referring to how much of a mentor he was to everyone. He wanted to be mentored by everyone. I'm hinting towards his cold calling. When you are a person of excellence, by him having the superpower of having a curious mind, when you're a person of excellence, Kobe Bryant reached out to you. Okay, so that's how he got information and he shared information. That's how he was. That's how he was, So when Kobe died, it was just unreal. It's because, as Skip Bayless on Fox Sports 1 said, if you had to think of 1 million people that was going to die January 26th, Kobe Bryant was not going to be on that list. Okay, it was just, and it's still mind-boggling. It's almost 2 months later, and it's still mind-boggling. But Rudy Gobert, it's like, man, whew, this is real. And I remember standing here like, this just got real. And then the NBA shut down, man, suspended his games, and that's good. Then I mean, it's just wow, man. Just we're just living in a different time. We're just living in a different time. We had a sports star that passed away. No one on his level died the way that he has. We had nothing to compare it to. Nothing. Okay? Nothing. And please watch my video, King and Princess Mamba. Okay? That was my tribute to Kobe. So the coronavirus has really got real for all of us. Similar to 9/11, before 9/11, we got threats all the time. Didn't think anything about it. The attack on the Twin Towers, that happened 8 years prior, March of 1993, where they try to blow up the bottom of it. They try to blow up the bottom of one so it can fall on the other, and that fell through. Okay, so 9/11, we had something like that 8 years prior. Okay, but when 9/11 happened, that messed us up. It's just something about being an American where we expect things to be predictable. So when something unpredictable happens, it just messes us up so badly. Man. So, man, this is real. So, the world is just different. It was a beautiful day. As I was told, I spent all day studying for my teachings that I'm getting ready to do. Beautiful day, and it's like the world has changed. Because it's not just America going through this. Other countries have been going through this already, watching footage from our late night talk shows with no audience. It's like, whoa. I'm sorry. It's really bad. It's really bad. It's like, wow, y'all stuff really is not funny. I don't know. It's like the crowd just made it. Just having that laugh track and having the crowd sharing, sharing into the laughs and everything. It's like, wow, man. Listening to and like you can hear the staff serving as the crowd laughing or whatever, and it's like, okay, I get it, but it's like, wow, not having people around is just different. It's just different. I was going into work on a Friday after the whole the Rudy Golbert thing happened on Wednesday night. So going into work on Friday, yeah. So Rudy Golbert Wednesday night, a little bit after Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson. That Thursday, the NBA suspended their games. Okay, whoa. So I'm going into work on Friday, and typically traffic is light on Fridays because people, I guess, they designate that day to work from home or what have you. School's closed. It was like a ghost town. And I work in downtown DC, man. It was like a ghost town. I was like, yo, this is serious. So, man, the world just changed this week, man. And I want to thank you for allowing me to have this opportunity to just share my thoughts and feelings, because it's been quite a week, man. It's been quite a week. So the next thing I want to jump to is, so if the NBA, we don't know, okay, so, all right, so Adam Silver suspended everything for the next 30 days, okay? So So 4 days maybe have gone by. 3, 4 days have already gone by. So we don't know. The owners has been trying to find out from the commissioner if they're going to have a season or not, or what is the playoff arrangement, or what have you. So everything is on hold. Okay, they're still gathering information. Okay, fine. And this is where I'm going with this. Did we just see the very last of Vince Carter? Because I'm checking my tablet for information here. Excuse me. Because if the regular season does not resume, we just watched the final game of Vince Carter. Vince Carter has been in the league since 1998, and if I'm not mistaken, he was drafted about the time of the NBA lockout of 1999. Okay, so he was drafted in 98. The games didn't resume until March of 1999. Okay, so let's talk about Vince Carter, and this is why I want to talk about Vince Carter, because I don't know how I feel about his career. And this is very thought-provoking. Because I saw Shannon Sharp from Fox Sports 1 say this. Did we get everything that we were supposed to get from Vince Carter? Now, this is scary for me. Because I'm asking about Vince Carter, but in my mind, I'm thinking about myself. So Vince Carter he came in 99. He's retiring in 2020. Okay, no matter what, because Atlanta is like the worst team in the league. So no playoffs. So he's retiring in 2020. He was quite emotional during his post game press conference. I can understand that. So he played against everybody from Michael Jordan to Zion Williamson. He was in the league for 22 years. 22 years. Kobe Bryant, I saw an interview, they asked Kobe about Vince Carter. He said that Vince Carter is going to be well in his 40s still dunking. And he is. He has. Did we get the best from Vince Carter? Vince Carter was never, since Toronto, he was never that dominant scorer. Sure, he had some games where he dropped 40 and 50 or whatever, but it wasn't like, we never put Vince Carter through what we put LeBron through, okay? We talk about the killer instinct that Jordan had, the killer instinct that Kobe Bryant had, okay? LeBron doesn't have to be that. LeBron is LeBron. However, LeBron did it in a different way, okay? Instead of give me the final shot, whatever, LeBron is like, I will draw the whole defense on me and I will kick it out and you better make the shot. So LeBron was more of a Jordan, Magic, Karl Malone type. And I put Karl Malone in there referring to his stature. Same height, same weight. But he had Jordan-like speed and Magic's passing ability, What did we see from Vince Carter, Vince Carter had his games where he dropped, 40, 50, okay, fine. But he was not, I remember his old teammate Charles Oakley in Toronto. He always had to get on Vince Carter. I was like, yo, take over, man, take over. See, you never had to tell Tracy McGrady that, his cousin. You never had to tell him that. Tracy just took over. But you had to engage Vince Carter to do that. It's like, wait a minute, man, you have the sickest dunks in the league and everything, but it's like, we need you to be more than that, So you really saw his career begin to diminish once he got traded, and I think he went to New Jersey. So by the time he got to New Jersey with Jason Kidd, it's like, no, Vince Carter is just an elite role player now. Okay, he had his go round in Orlando. He had his go round in Phoenix. He had his go round in Dallas. He had his go round in. I'm doing this all off the top of my head. Dallas. He had his go round in Atlanta, of course. But what was the team before Atlanta? He was somewhere else. I want to say Sacramento. I think he was in Sacktown. But we have 22 years of Vince Carter, but he was not even close to what he was in college. Not even close. He was nowhere on the level to what Jordan was. Never on the level of Kobe. Never on the level of LeBron. And I'm not saying you have to be. But here's the question. Did we get the absolute most out of Vince Carter? Okay? Because at a certain point in his career, you stop building around him. By the time he got to Orlando, no. In Orlando, he was more like the second, third option. Where in New Jersey, he was the first option by virtue of, because Jason Kidd was a passer. Okay? But yeah, so it's scary. I feel that way about Randy Moss, but believe it or not. And Randy Moss is a Hall of Famer, clearly, hands down. But he was just one of those guys where he said, I'll play when I want to play. So it's like, ugh. You never even heard, oof. I can't even imagine those words coming out of Jerry Rice's mouth or Michael Irvin's mouth or Chris Carter's mouth. So in hindsight, you just got to think, did we get the most out of Vince Carter? So either way, it's because he's more remembered for his dunk in the dunk contest in 2000. I don't know if you want that to be your highlight of your career. I don't know if Kobe won a dunk contest. We almost forget about that. Okay? Because Kobe was playing well into May and June almost every year, for the majority of his career. Vince? No. So, I don't know. I like how Vince evolved his game into being a great outside shooter. He evolved that outside shot way sooner than we expected him to. He was still young and vibrant and able to attack the rim where he was still taking jumpers. Because here's the thing about people who dunk. I like how when Bill Simmons from Grantland. No, I'm not. Oh, I'm sorry. From Bill Simmons from HBO. His brand is escaping me at the time. All right, so when Bill Simmons said that, when you're coming out of college and you're like a premier dunker, your body has but so many dunks in your career, so many dunks. After that, it's going to catch up with you. Antonio McDyess, vicious dunker. Blake Griffin, vicious dunker. Okay? It just gets to a time where you can't have those dunks. Shaq, by the time he got to Cleveland and Boston, no, Shaq was doing power layups by then, So that's just how it is. Your body just can't, you're not 20 anymore, You're not 20 anymore. So Vince was a nice guy, always positive everywhere he went. That's great, but he was not what we thought he would be in his career. So, and I wish he wouldn't have to. I don't know. This is how I'm being honest. It's like, I don't know. I feel like we should have got more from him. I do. So that said, I'm doing these videos, I'm doing all this studying and everything because I want to make sure the world gets the most out of me. Okay? I know I could be doing more. I'm working towards it. I'm working towards it. So, but that kind of stuff about Vince Carter and Randy Moss, that really haunts me. That really haunts me. Because the thing about professional sports, when you're done, you're done. There's no coming back. I remember when Chris Carter of the Minnesota Vikings, when he came out of retirement and he played for the Miami Dolphins. Oh my goodness, why? Why? So yeah. So hey, these are my thoughts. Thank you for being with me. Let me get this out. You know. And please drop your comments at the bottom. I would love to hear from you and everything. Follow me on social media on Instagram. I am BTMurray77. Would love to hear from you. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter as well. I'm just very grateful for you all just spending your time with me downloading this video. And you have a blessed evening. All right. God bless. Bye.